Welcome Wolfpack to my first impression of the brand new and not yet released open world survival game, Last Oasis. Last Oasis will release on Steam today, March 26, 2020. That's about 3 hours from now as I record this video. We will break down this game in what I feel is a sensible and easy to digest manner. We will discuss the exploring and PvE aspects, which there are plenty of, the crafting system and tech trees, the vehicles and walkers that you build, combat mechanics, and more. Stick around and we'll discuss my take on the Last Oasis. I'm not gonna lie, guys and gals, I was very skeptical about this game and how it would fit me as a gamer and a content creator. It took me a long time to warm up to zombies and mutants in games like DayZ, Scum, and The Forest, so playing a sci-fi world with monsters, fictional characters, and a wooden walking desert sailboat was a real stretch. Typically, this game wouldn't ring my bell. That being said, thankfully, JPG dropped my name to the devs when their content creator early access keys went out, and holy crap, am I impressed. I went in with an open mind and gave Last Oasis a shot, and I'm really glad I did. Your gameplay begins in the starter oasis known as the Cradle. Here you play through quests covering the basics of gameplay and gain experience to level your character. We'll talk about leveling later on. You can and will be killed in the Cradle by PvP and PvE, but you quickly learn that the spawning system is not so bad and you will be able to retrieve your gear if it hasn't been looted. Once done in the Cradle, you can venture to the edge of the map and continue on to another oasis. On the world map, each hexagon is an oasis. As I understand it, each is its own server. You will see that some of the hexagons have the same names, and that's because they're in different regions of the world. For example, you can start a character in the North American server, find out you have a buddy playing in the European server, and travel to them without creating a new character and starting over. I think that's phenomenal. The only cost is the in-game water, which is very important throughout the game. Always have a good supply of wood and water. To simplify, the map edge, or as the devs call it, the barren wasteland between each oasis, is the server lobby and is considered a safe zone. You select which oasis you want to head to next from here and then travel to it. Cleverly, using the barren wasteland, the concept of having a mobile ship for transportation, and the ability to pack your base into it, the devs have addressed a huge problem for offline raiding in MMO games. If you travel to the edge of the map and then log out in the lobby, your ship, your base, and your character are safe. Hey, before I forget, if this is your first time on the channel and you're interested in the Last Oasis, Scum, or any other survival or military content, hit that red subscribe button and set your notifications bell to all. Do that now and you won't miss out on any of the content I release. Welcome to the Wolfpack gaming community. Exploring and the PvE aspect is present and very well done. You could spend hours in the same oasis collecting resources, fighting the Rupu monkey dudes that resemble those from Planet of the Apes. There are also other NPCs that will be encountered as you move through the oasis. Solo players can concentrate on crafting and leveling up characters, bases, and ships. The grappling hook is an awesome feature to the game. It gives me the feel of the old school Nintendo game Bionic Commando with 2020 graphics. Yes, I dated myself there. I used the grappling hook on several occasions to raid Rupu camps and get myself out of a jam if I was losing a fight. In the first hours of gameplay, there truly feels like there's an endless supply of resources and items to discover and collect. The tech trees are extensive and resource intense. You access the tech tree by pressing the O button. You unlock each tech by spending various fragments that are found in the Rupu camps, found on the Rupus themselves, or looted at various ruins. The technology for each crafting item must be unlocked in the tech tree before it is available in the crafting menu. You will have to put some thought into what kind of player you will be if you are solo, or decide what your specialty will be if you're playing in a clan. Drop a comment down below and let me know what kind of player you will consider. Will you be the lone explorer or jump into a clan? If you're solo, what will your first moves be in the tech tree to suit your gameplay? Leveling your character, like many other games, is done by using experience points. You gather XP by completing simple tasks like chopping trees and collecting resources, which have less point value than if you were to complete in-game quests and missions for XP bonuses. Then we have the obvious raiding, fighting, and looting the NPC camps and other players in the game. Admittedly, I did not get to experience much PvP in the 2 pre-release live streams that I did this week. There was one guy who attacked me while I was AFK getting a cup of coffee. I think I shocked him when I was suddenly not AFK anymore, and he tried to make a run for it. I was unaware that you could jump onto his ship and continue the fight, but I did. I think Rar learned his lesson here. On the first day, I did quickly jump into a clan for a little while, and I did enjoy that your clan members' names are present, as is their location on the server map. I will definitely dive into clan play a little bit more in the full release. I think the combat mechanics are well thought out and the AI is intuitive. There are several block and attack combinations that make up the combat mechanics. As you can see, I was still learning the appropriate uses for each, but a successful block with a quick counterattack spells the difference between life and death for your character.
Whoa, hey,
Just be careful what enemies that you decide to take on. When you leave the cradle, stuff gets real, really fast.
Come on, guy.
The crafting menu is accessed by pressing the C button. The crafting system makes sense and it is separate from the building system. Crafting is for your individual items such as ammunition, armor, equipment, and then your interactables like bandages, and this is also where you will craft your tools and your weapons. Keep in mind that all of the items must be unlocked from the tech tree before they're available in your crafting menu. The building system is separate and is used for construction of base components, ships, and workshop items. You access the building system by pressing the B button. Much like the crafting system, all of these items are not available until you open them up from the technology tree. There is an economy and a trading system in the game, and I believe every oasis has a trade center. Clans can take over an entire oasis and receive a tax on anything traded, so it makes sense that they would not kill on sight any player that enters their oasis, as it only benefits them to allow them to trade there. I visited my first trade center last night after finding a rare beehive and sold 9 honeycombs for 95 coins. Obviously, the more rare the items, most likely the higher the value. The vehicles in the game are called walkers, and they resemble large wooden sailboats with legs. The earliest walker reminds me of a scorpion. Walkers can be upgraded for water storage, cargo storage, armor, maneuverability, gear storage, and more. The water storage is important, as water stored in your walker is what allows you to maneuver from oasis to oasis, some costing up to 100 water to get from point A to point B. Your initial Firefly Walker can be constructed rather quickly with limited resources, but my second Dinghy Walker took well over an hour of gameplay to gather the required resources. It was, however, well worth the time and resource investment. I will put a link in the description below for my tutorial videos for the Firefly and Dinghy Walkers as I get them posted. Overall, I'm very impressed with the pre-release version of Last Oasis. The gameplay is very smooth on ultra settings, and I experienced very little lag. The game is very immersive, and if you can capture the attention of an older, set-in-my-ways gamer like myself, I think they will entrench themselves very well in the MMO and survival markets. The devs have even included streamer tools found in the options menu under Game, giving several options to keep players and clan affiliations anonymous and even hide their chat and cover up the world map in an effort to prevent stream sniping. In my opinion, they have left out very little. I would like to thank Jade PG for mentioning my name to the devs, who in turn dropped me a key to try it out and showcase their game for a few days before release day. If you haven't heard of Jade, I will leave a link to his channel in the description below. Just to quell any rumors, all of the servers have been reset, and all of the content creators that were given early access were wiped this morning before the full release of the game, and everyone starts fresh again today. Please drop a like if you enjoyed the content, and once again, if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that red subscribe button and setting your notifications to all. If you also enjoy strategy and simulation content, consider subscribing to my second gaming channel popping up on your left. The video popping up right now is our pre-release live stream that we did a few days ago, and the playlist on the bottom will eventually be tutorial content for Last Oasis. Click any of those links and we will see you over there.